Yep.
Okay, so we're back and we're starting up in this pool of water, and then we are about to venture forth bravely. I might add, Benny,
Yeah.
bravely.
Bravely.
Yeah.
All right. So the Kraken rolls a 13 to hit your AC. Does that know? So
No, it does not.
I don't remember what was happening.
no. So who takes the step in? Who's the brave one to test the depths of the water here?
John is definitely the bravest one.
Yeah, somebody got volunteered.
Not me. I have nice robes on.
Oh, I got heavy armor on. Like, I really shouldn't be going into deep water. John, you got like light armor. It should be perfect
I
for you.
go, listen, soldier, stand up for this poor civilian. God damn it.
Listen, youngin, you have so much less to lose.
I mean, I have my whole life ahead of me.
True,
Like,
but I've had more.
dumb.
I've had more time to accumulate wealth, so I have more to lose.
Yeah. Nah, in my bag, I've got quite amount of goodies.
No flake. I'll melt in the water.
Fine, I'll go in
Poor
first.
delicate witch.
All right, Ralph. Rafael takes a step and puts a
Dies.
first toe into the water, and nothing consumes him. And when you finally, let's say, you commit to actually getting into the water, you take a few steps down, and when you hit what you feel is the bottom, it's really just about 2 feet deep. You're not entirely sure, but it does come up to about your knees when you get in there, and you feel a flat ground under you there. You assume it's made of stone. It's pretty strong. It's not dirt or anything like that. But
So,
it's a
like,
little.
this is artificial.
Sure, it could. I mean, it's very possible that it is stone that has been shaped to be flat. But yeah, it doesn't. It's not craggy. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not like there are stones all loosey goosey around where you are, at least. But yeah, it seems like a pretty solid ground foundation that you're under.
All right, so I'll ask the group: do you guys want to hold on to some rope while we do this together, or you don't care?
I mean, I've got this machete in one hand and this torch in the other. It'll be difficult for me to hold on to much of anything.
You
I
can
need
just
to have
wrap it around your waist.
Yes, but then, if something starts pulling, I'm fucked.
You could just put the machete away.
I can't put the machete away.
It's a free action to pull it
I know.
out. So
And continue.
I mean, isn't everything in the great land of where the fuck are we?
As I continue
Sword
on, so I,
The Sword Coast. Yeah, go ahead.
as I continue on past them, what do I see?
All right. So, as you come in, um, Maven, if you go a little further than they do, you start noticing. Yeah, the stones are here and there. They're not exactly level, so it does feel like there are parts here where it feels like stones themselves. If these are tiles or just big cobblestone or anything like that, here and there, a few of them are up and out. So like you stub your toe a little bit, as you wade through the water. But for the most part, you haven't come across any hole in the water. You don't feel any current that tells you that the water's flowing in any sort of direction. It just seems like a big pool. And if you're going by, do you have a torch or anything like that, or is it, we're just using John's light, right?
I can prestidigitate a light. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Wait, is that really a functionality of prestidigitation?
Well,
yep.
can't you?
I know you could do a ton of stuff with prestidigitation, but I didn't know you could make a light.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because then why would you pick light, right? So, but there's a shower of sparks. Let's just say you create some sort of, um, uh, like some sparkly light out of your prestidigitation, sort of like I guess a Roman candle. Maybe that works a little differently. But I would actually like, especially if you're looking around, between you and John, I would like perception checks. Unless Rafael is also, looking out for things.
Of course, I'm in the lead, right? No.
Well, I would
Yeah.
imagine Maven took a little bit. Said he was waiting. He was moving forward while you guys were.
Yeah. Maven did say they were walking past us.
All right.
So what is this check?
This is a perception check.
Okay.
Wonderful. Good.
12.
So, so I'll say that Maven, what you notice is actually give me 1 second here to verify something here, but
I stick my hand under the water and cast Witch Bolt.
that'd be
I can
wonderful.
shock and grass this water too, brah.
Okay, so just a quick. I want to gather Maven's AC here real quick.
Oh, come the fuck on.
I just want to know something. It's nothing big, I swear. But what's your AC, Maven?
Currently it is 16. Wait, no. 13 plus what? 13 plus
Yes.
no,
Plus
14.
1.
14.
14. All right, good. So, so all of you are searching around, and there is some light there, of course. But what Maven notices is that there is a spear flying right for them, and and it actually hits Maven. So Maven's gonna take some damage.
Wait, shield.
So so they rolled a 17.
Yeah, shield would fix that.
So as you see the spear hurtle through the air, you kind of get the direction of it, and it's to let's just say to your right, diagonally, right? Let's say you're 1.5 o'clock, whatever, right? Like 2 o'clock. And the spear you catch right before it is able to pierce you, and you're able to react with quick thinking and cast your shield spell, and you did have your mage armor on, though, right? So you counted that before?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
14 is mage armor.
Okay. So
Wait, 14?
14 is with mage armor.
Oh, because it brings it up to 12 and then dexterity. Okay.
and so right at that, that quick thinking allows you to bring up your shield, and the spear that looked like it was headed right for your heart is able to just sort of harmlessly skip past your robes, almost as if it was armor itself. And with that, I would like some initiative rolls.
Okie dokes.
Oh,
Wonderful. Maven got it 4.
And it's just dexterity, right?
Yes, usually, unless your character has some special stuff to add.
5.
This is gonna be a short fight.
When you say short, is it enough to earn 88 experience points?
Well, if you survive it, then sure.
Oh,
I
come
think he was
on.
saying short because we're not going to.
Yeah. It's
See?
not gonna be that bad. I hope.
We'll see.
And so I'm waiting for. Oh, Ralph did roll. Okay, that's 21. Jeez.
No,
Sorry, I missed-
16.
Huh?
16. I forgot to put the cape highest one.
Ah, okay, 16. 1, 6. All right. So the first one up is Rafael. So what you know is that a spear has just flown past Maven. It looks like it should have hit Maven, but it didn't. You assume there's some magic involved there. I'd like at least a perception check so that you can get an idea of what's going on there. Oh, wonderful. You're probably going to get this. All right, yeah. So that's your perception 15, right?
Yeah.
All right. So what you see is that to Maven's 2 o'clock, there is some sort of humanoid being that looks very strange. You can't grasp the entire. You can see more than just the outline. You can see some light playing against its features, but it looks like that was the thing that threw a spear at Maven. And it was sort of trying to hide behind some piece of pillar that had fallen over, and that's where it was using that as a sort of hiding spot to thing. But now, after it threw the spear, it's pretty much out in the open at this point. It exposed itself to make that attack, and you see that in front of you.
Okay. Okay. So, I guess I have to use an action to switch weapons.
Wait, we see what?
Oh, I see. Yeah, because he sees a human that definitely threw a spear. You see some of the features. It's definitely not human. You get that. You get a hint of maybe gills or something on a person's face, on whatever this thing's face is, actually. But you can't see too much of it just yet.
Hmm. I guess I'm just gonna go get close up to it then, and just switch weapons.
Right up to it. Okay.
Let's just
So-
say I am 15 feet away from it.
Yeah, we'll say that is your interact with object, action. And so you do move up to it. You're able to put your sword away, and get your. You want to have your crossbow in hand, right?
Correct.
Sure. So yeah, you definitely get up to it. It was about 30 feet away when it threw the spear from Maven. So it is actually, I'm gonna say, little. Maven was a little further away from you, but not much. So let's say you're about 5 feet away, 10 feet away from it.
Okay, no problem.
When you end your turn, and that's it, right? No bonus actions, none of that stuff, right?
No, I can't do anything else.
Okay, cool. So it is now that thing's turn. And when you're closer to it, even though the light is still the same because you're actually relying on Johnny's torch at this point and a few of the sparks that Maven might be having, you see that it's definitely grotesque. You're not entirely sure what it is, and if you want, you can roll a nature check just for the fun of it. But it's not a human, it's not elf, it's not dwarf, and it seems angry, whatever it is. So it is going to wonderfully miss. So it takes but that one doesn't. All right, so the first attack it makes is with its claws, right? And you can see these sort of splayed, webbed hands that have claws at the end of them. And that first attack misses, right? But the next attack is, as it closes to you, is actually a bite. And it goes to take a bite out of your shoulder. And that actually digs really deep. And it is, I have to roll these. So I'm sorry, I have to pick up D4s. Sorry. These are the most terrible dice to roll and to pick up. So it does 5 points of damage to you when it bites into your shoulder, Rafael.
You're saying it hit a 20 AC.
It actually rolled a crit.
Oh, and the crit got 5 whole hit points.
Yeah, because it's D4, so it's not a lot. But so that thing goes to bite you, and you see rows of sharp teeth as it goes to sink its teeth into your flesh. So the next person to go is actually John.
Woohoo! So I saw this thing throw a spear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, by now you see it. It attacked Rafael. It attacked Maven at first, and maybe that might have slipped your perception of things, but now you clearly see there's something going on. You saw movement from Rafael, and he's quick. You see the light of his sword sort of dim out, but your torch has a little bit more, light to it. and you see that there's some dark shape. It's about his size, but it looks a lot more hunched over than what you'd expect from a normal, like, somebody with good posture, at least. And it looks fairly muscular, but it looks like it took a bite out of his shoulder.
Fun. Yeah, so I'm going to sink my machete into that damn hungry creature.
All right. So you would move your full movement, I would imagine, because it took Ralph the full movement, and it came up to him to bite him. And so, yeah, definitely make an attack, and I would like to see what you roll.
That's not a thing.
And you're attacking with your dagger or your machete?
My machete. It was the only thing that was out. Unless I slap this thing with a torch. But we'll save that from here.
Yeah.
I got a 9, so I missed.
Yes. So you take a swing at this thing with your machete, and it doesn't find purchase. It seems to be able to avoid your attack with quick reflexes. And yes, is that your whole turn?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
My whole turn.
It is now Maven's turn.
Okay, so I am going to cast. I'm gonna cast Chill Touch.
Yeah.
I dare you.
I dare you. Spell attack. All right, what do we? Oh, wonderful. So that's a hit. As the arcane, dark, death-looking hand materializes out of the weave and grasps this creature, what kind of damage are we looking? Six damage. All right. So yeah, you do 6 damage to it, and it it warbles. It doesn't seem to grunt. It has a very strange sound, like guttural, and sort of warbles when you hit it.
And do I can see the thing, or like I can.
You can make it out a little better now that it's closer to Ralph, and John is now much closer to it, and the torch is light. Casts across its features. If you want, you can roll a nature check for it. Or even history, I think in this case would work. All right, so you know that this is a creature of the sea. It's a humanoid from the sea that is known as a sahuagin. And it's a fish-like creature.
Why did you have to add a Spanish accent to that?
Yeah, isn't that your common and Spanish, right? Like,
yeah, that's why.
And so this is a creature that spends its time and makes its empires out in the at the bottom of the deepest parts of the ocean. These normally you don't see coming on land very often, but you have heard tales of sailors and people that might spend any time at sea once in a while getting attacked. They're fairly tribal and pretty savage. Not so much a highly evolved species of creature, but they have they've got their ups and downs. They're good points and bad points. But that's what you're up against there.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
Okay. So it is your turn, Maven.
No, I went. That's it.
Oh wait, yeah, you cast Chill Touch. All right, so there's nothing else, right? Okay. So when you've cast your spells and you've taken your turns, all seems to be going in the natural order of combat. and what you see out of the corner of your eye, and all of you would see this now because from the side on the other side of there's another pillar, and this one's more fully constructed that hasn't fallen apart. You see another one of these things, and this one looks dressed a little differently. Maybe there are beads with this one, and it begins to compose something with its hands, and you assume that there's some spell being cast, and what it does cast, you're about to find out. So, I would like a spell save. So, what is it? Ah, crap. I got the DC. I don't know what the thing is. Hold on a second. This is one of the things that happens when you're not fully prepared. All right, so it's casting a spell, and against Rafael, I would like.
I cast counter spell.
Okay, so how does that work again?
If I can...
Wait, has this been a new round since you cast shield?
That's true. It's no, it is a.
It is because that was his old turn.
Yeah, that was his original, and then yeah. So again,
just double checking.
Yeah.
Okay, so I cast counter spell.
All right, and so how does that work again? Just so I can remember.
It's third level or lower. It immediately fails. If it is of a level of above third, the spell save DC. It has to make a spell save of what is it? 10 plus the spell's level.
Okay, so as it starts to cast the spell, you hear it. So this is really what draws your attention. It begins speaking the verbal components of the spell, and it seems to fizzle. It does, like, whatever you expected to happen. Maven's able to sort of, immediately do something and wave and wiggle the fingers, and the spell just fizzles out of the hands of this other creature.
You thought.
You thought. And so what this creature is going to do, give me one quick thing. All right, so just give me, this is all just for you guys. I would like just quick perception checks, because this creature is going to hide behind some of the ruined things. And so I would just like to make sure that whether this works or not for any of you. Against any of you. Oh, wonderful, Rafael. I didn't know that emoticon got any more aggravated. All right, and then one more from Maven. We'll see. So, this creature seems to slink back into the darkness. Yeah. Hey. This seems to slink back behind some things and is out of sight. You guys actually don't see exactly where it goes. It's in the general vicinity.
I got a 14.
No, it actually rolled pretty high. It rolled so.
How far away from us was it?
That one was about 25 feet. So it was on the other side of. Let's say there was a straight path through this from the stairs. Just imagine that where you were fighting is on the right side, and it was on the left side.
Okay.
And yeah, so there were some like blocks of things here and there, and it just sort of used that to hide itself behind. And let's see whose turn it is, because I got my initiative thing, and I don't too. So it is Raphael's turn.
So from what you described, there's 2 enemies at the moment?
There are 2 enemies that you know of, yes.
Okay, and there is one who's a few feet. There's one in front of me who attacked me, and there's one in the back casting a spell, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so the one in front of me is the one I'm going to attack repeatedly.
Ah, yes, okay. Wonderful. Just to make life easier, you need a 12 beat. Hit or beat. Oh, that's more than 12. Not so much. Wonderful. So you hit it with 2 of your shots.
Yes.
All right, there's 7 damage.
All right, and that'll end my turn.
So that is a total of 22 damage, right?
22.
Or, oh wait, no, I'm sorry. What? Wait, you hit it with 2 shots,
Yeah,
but
and
I only see one
I
damage.
just put them all together.
Ah, okay, I'm sorry.
I'm saving the
yeah.
dice rolls.
So, yeah, so you hit it twice, and it seems to gain purchase. The bolts go right in. One of them does skip past its head, but you do manage to do some damage. It doesn't look like it's doing very well.
It doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't like the crossbow bolt in his face. But if that's your whole turn, it is now the Sahuagin's turn. And it will definitely miss. That is a 11 against your AC, Ralph, with his claw. You don't have to laugh. And he rolls a 12 against you again with its bite, and he misses.
Parry, riposte.
Yeah, and that is its turn. And now, what? A new challenger comes in, right? What you start noticing is, and this again, Ralph sees this right from his vision. Is under the water, you see some ripple, right? And as it comes to, as it gets closer and closer to you, it's gonna miss. But you see that this is there's something in the water that you can just barely see the fin sticking up out of the water, coming up and out. And as the closer it gets, you can see an outline. It's a fairly large fish-like creature in the water with you, and it goes to take a passing swipe at you to bite at your legs, and it misses. But let's see, yeah, so it definitely misses, and it is now John's turn. And you felt something around your legs, John, just now, that it passed. You're not entirely sure what happened. There was some splashing a little bit, but it's no longer there. And in fact, Ralph, no, you don't get tax of opportunity, right? Yeah, so that's it. It's your turn, John.
Okay, so I'd like to. So there's the one that is hidden. There's the one that is directly in front of me and Ralph, and then where's this new one?
This other thing is not necessarily by you anymore. Not entirely sure what it is. If you want, give me a perception check. Might as well do this.
Is that going to be my whole turn?
No. That's fine. This is more for combat awareness. But very good.
21.
Yes. What you see is you saw some fish-like object in the water. You saw the sticking up and out, and you saw that when it went to attack Rafael, it swam away. And it looks like it's a little further out. It's right at the edge of your torch's light. You can sort of see it there, and it looks like it's rearing around to make another run at either you or Ralph or anybody else. But it is under the water. And you could just, that's pretty much all you get to see. You just barely make out the fin picking up above the surface of the water.
Damn. Alright, so the one in front of me, I know it's there. So I'm actually going to drop the torch. And I'm going to attack it with my machete as I'm drawing my hand axe. And then I'm going to attack it with my hand axe.
Okay, there is water below you. If you drop
yeah, I'm aware.
Okay, so when you drop the torch, the light in the room does get noticeably dimmer. It is very dim light at this point. It's not completely black, but you can still see a little bit of the wan light coming in from the outside. But it's definitely not helping. But yeah, might as well make your attack.
So that's my first one, and it misses.
Wonderful.
Terribly.
Yeah.
And there's my second one, and it's a crit.
Natural 20. Wonderful. You may
get it.
Gotta get.
So that's 10
Cool.
points of damage.
Perfect. So in this in this dark light, you struggle a little bit to attack with first attack, but your second attack does find purchase because we learn from our mistakes, and you strike at what you assume is a very vital organ in its body, and with that attack, it seems to slump into the water. It's pretty much you assume you killed it. Life goes out of its body. You feel it in the handle of your dagger or whatever. That it is no longer fighting for its life. It's making death saving throws at this point. So yeah, it's dead.
Nice. I imagine that's the end of my turn.
Yeah, sure.
I did a lot, so
move or anything like that. Yep.
Actually, yeah, I'll disengage.
Yeah.
As
No,
a
well,
bonus action.
you're not engaged anymore with anything in melee, right?
Oh, okay, cool. Then,
Yeah. So, all right, and what do we have next? It is Maven's turn.
Okay. So now we assume that the magic user is still somewhere in the room. It's just hidden,
Yeah.
right?
Right. You didn't notice any, like you saw them hide, and so you have a general idea where they could have gone. So it's not like they just disappeared, but they're not. For mechanics of it, the way it works is that you can't just target it, but you do know where generally it is. So if you have like an AOE thing, you shoot, see what you get.
I'm going to walk straight towards it. Straight.
Okay.
So it's. You said it was 25 feet away.
Yeah, it was 25 feet away. Yes.
So I'm going to walk that 25. I'm going to walk that 25 feet, and then, do I see it now, or?
When you come across, when you go straight across, and you go around some sort of boulders that had fallen, and that's what it was hiding behind, like things that had fallen. You see that it is there, and it looks like it's preparing another spell eventually. But you do see it now. But it's still very dark light. So it's going to be one of those things where we'll see what happens.
No, that's. So I can see it. It's what, 5 feet away from me now?
Yeah, it's 5 feet away from you. Yeah,
Okay.
It's right behind the boulder. When you passed the boulder, it was right there.
Perfect. So I'm gonna take my potion of gaseous form,
Okay.
and then I am going to move into its space and go into its gills.
Oh.
Wow.
And wait,
That is dark.
It really
Yeah.
is.
so I'm gonna sit there and wait.
Okay.
That's
I'm
my.
just gonna wait. I'm just gonna be there like emphysema. All right, hold on. Okay. I'm just trying to get an idea like what gaseous form, what else it gives you, what it can do.
I can't talk or manipulate objects. Objects these objects are otherwise interacted with. I can't attack or cast spells. Basically,
Okay.
what I can do is I can move around in this gaseous form in a space of 10 feet, and I am allowed to take up space within the another creature's space.
Okay. That's very good. All right, so that's going to be your turn, right? And I guess we'll see what happens next here. But the priestess is we assume is another one of the same, maybe some sort of magic user priestess. They come out. They're not entirely sure what's going on inside of there. They know that you had turned into some sort of gaseous form and are, messing around and getting a triple double. So what it's going to do is it's going to begin another spell, right? And in this case, you can see. All right, that is a 17 against your AC, and that is for John.
Oh no.
Does it hit?
I'm pretty sure 17 is my... No, a 16 is my AC, so it does hit.
All right, so roll ahead. Oh, that's too many sixes.
Damn, sorry, bro.
So it's 14 damage. So what you see is it arcs out of its hand is like a bolt of energy that shoots out of its hands, and it hits you for with 14 damage. No,
Damn.
14 damage, right? I forgot what I said. I know what I rolled. I said
Yeah, you said 14 damage.
14 damage. And it sort of tries to spend, it's trying to sneeze and cough and try to get a person out of its head.
Okay, so you would want me. So I get advantage on strength, dexterity, and constitution saving throws in this form. So do you want me to roll one of them to see if it spell me?
Hold on a second. It's weird because it doesn't seem like it's dexterity that would get there. Let's say it's a constitution roll, right? So roll a constitution, and you have advantage on that, right? And we're rolling contested, and we'll see if it has any shot at getting you out of it. It's not very for me. Okay. Both of those
Plus one.
Yeah. So that's you get a 19, right? So yeah. So you win that, and you get to maintain your dark vigil over its innards. So yeah, it's there. It is Raphael's turn. It's Raphael's turn.
I am just going to shoot a volley at him, the spellcaster.
Okay. So what I will say, Ralph, is that it's kind of too far away for you to see. It's actually still obscured. For Peter, no, because Peter was able. You can tell something happened with Peter behind the boulder, but it's you can't see it from where you are.
Can I move within 30 feet
Yeah,
to see it?
it would be. Yeah, it's something you can definitely. You can go to where you saw Peter last, and you can see what's going on there. Yes.
I will do that, and then I will attack.
And you don't want that. No?
What?
Nobody remembers that song? I got the power,
Oh, from Snap?
and I will attack, and you don't want that. I'm sorry, I derailed this whole thing. I'm just gonna fold everything up, take my DM screen home with me. So yeah, go ahead. All right, wonderful attack. Yeah, that's a better attack. All right, so two of your last two attacks hit. So the first one flies right by, skips off of a stone against the wall, and the other two hit. One in the chest, one in the stomach, and so you got 12. Is that the whole attack, right? 12?
Yep.
Very good. So you do some damage on it. It is now. Give me 1 second. So the thing that was in the water, the fish-like thing, comes swim toward you, Rafael, and it makes a run at you.
You can try.
And it misses, yeah, and it seems to swim away again. But you do feel something's trying to nip at you, and you're not entirely sure now. It's a little darker in here now, but you get that feeling something was there. It is John's turn.
I sing I'm gonna knock you out, my mom was gonna knock you out, and I cast sleep
Okay. Well, on what?
on the creature that attacked me for 15 damage.
So that was sure, we'll say from your angle, you get to see it a little bit. It was struggling a little bit. So let's see. You have to roll your dice, right? Like your hit dice.
Yep, I just roll 5d8.
Wonderful. And so if that number is higher than its points, it goes right.
What's in the area of that thing? What's within 20 feet of that creature?
You have a Ralph
And me.
and technically a gaseous Maven.
Oh, so there's only one creature left. I was under the impression there were two.
No, there are, but you're not sure what the other thing is. But there's definitely two. There's one humanoid thing, and
We're too high of HP for it to
Yeah,
bother us.
Okay, so I'll still do it. 34.
34. All right. So now, how am I dividing that? Do I have to divide against just it?
The highest
it-
one
it
gets it
starts-
first, and then you
No, it
minus from
starts with
there.
the lowest, starting with the creature with the lowest current hit points. Each creature affected by the spell falls unconscious until the spell ends.
Yep.
Perfect. So what happens now is when you cast that spell and you summon just enough magical energy to make this thing fall asleep, it looks like it gets very drowsy and it starts to drop to its knees and lay over to its side. It is now asleep, and it is technically submerged.
Perfect.
Fully, but it is submerged, yeah.
It's submerged.
All
and
right.
Expel me from its lungs. This is perfect.
So,
Just to,
immediately after that one falls asleep, I look around and say, "Where's Maven? Where's the other thing? What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah. I guess Maven can't speak.
well, but
knows?
fun fact about gaseous form. So, gaseous form treats liquids as though they were solid surfaces. So right now, as I'm sitting in in this amphibious thing's lungs, I'm preventing water from entering it.
Wow, so it can't breathe at all.
Nope.
Yeah. So it's gonna. So how long does that sleep last? What's the duration there?
1 minute.
Okay.
No, I don't
Is
think so. Oh yeah, it is 1 minute. Oh, I thought it was long.
Can we go in for the coup de grace?
Sure. I haven't seen the coup de grace of this, but it is there is some other thing there, but it is Maven's turn anyway.
Oh no, I'm sitting.
Okay, so you're staying in there. All right. So, huh?
Oh yeah.
All right, perfect. So it is actually Raphael's turn. So Raphael wants coup de grace, right? So I'll say you attack 3 times, and let's just see. I just want to see what happens. If it's good enough, it'll be insta kill on those 3 attacks. I would roll with advantage on this, by the way.
All right, so that's the first attack then. 15.
It's an unconscious creature that it's not even trying to defend itself.
Yeah, when a creature is asleep, it's an auto crit.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, but he has to hit it, right?
Right.
Yeah. So all right. So which one? That first roll is what, a 15?
Yeah, the second one's a 21.
All right.
And the last one is a
Actual
crit.
crit. So we'll just say don't even bother rolling for damage, because I don't think it would have mattered even if it did roll it. Well, no, it had some hit points, but this was enough to basically you just get the crossbow right up against its face, and you just unload 3
He
bolts.
double taps that bitch. Bang
Yeah,
bang.
You get 2 in the eyes and then 1 right in the throat.
Why'd you roll 80 d6?
Because I probably went like completely psycho on it. Just went brrrr.
Yeah, you just went Super Saiyan on your bolts, and
Ka-chunk,
you
ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk.
yeah you put it to death. Whatever life it was clinging is now gone. And yeah, so if that's your turn, it is now the one other thing's turn, and what do we got? It misses. It goes again. Try to get Ralph, and it misses terribly. And it is John's turn. Right now, there's something in the water. You're not entirely sure, but it keeps flowing back and forth. You can feel the waves that it's making.
I would like to.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in water, so the water's rippling, giving me an idea of where this thing is.
Yeah. Yeah, you get an idea that it's about maybe 15 feet away from you, and it is actually, let's say, it's closer towards the entrance. Let's say just directionally, you guys went over to the left side of this little thing area here. It's a little further back, but only about 15 feet. That's the area that you're getting. You can't really quite make it out because it is under the water, and the light. There's no more light source that'll give you a good bearing on it.
Okay, Alright. going to grab my... Oh, no, I don't want to do that. So, would I be able to attack where I believe this creature is? Actually, no. Fuck it. I'm going to cast Minor Illusion
Okay.
to make it look like there is a rather large sea bass.
All right.
To try to goad it. It's like, ooh, food. So it needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay, yeah, that's not gonna make it just because it's gonna be negative. So it rolled a 12. Let me get the stats exactly for this guy's intelligence. It is a -5. So it rolled a 7. So I'm pretty sure that's it's tricked.
It definitely fails.
Yeah.
So yeah, it totally thinks there's the most delicious looking bass just floating around, swimming around, just back and forth in a specific area.
Nice. All right. So it is now Maven's turn.
Okay, so since I am gas in this thing's stomach, would you
Yes.
say that I'm causing buoyancy so that she's raising to the surface?
We could say that, sure. We could say the body, now that it's dead and it's not, it's just sort of fully relaxed and it's starting to, it is still briny water. You do get that smell. All of you do, smell that is still wet and salty and briny.
No, that's,
So yeah, sure, he's buoyant.
as long as the body's rising to the surface, that means I'll be able to get out of the body, because otherwise there's only one other method out, and it's pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
Through the butt?
When it rises to the surface, I'll kind of like slip out of its lungs and kind of. Are either of them 10 feet away from me?
Yeah, Ralph is within, I would say, 5 feet. He's finished getting up close and personal. And he is not, though. John is not, right? John was a little further back.
Yeah, I was further back.
Ralph, do you happen to have a bag on you someplace?
I do have a bag of holding.
Ah, okay. So I will slip into the bag and sit there.
Wonderful. Okay.
Because I can only move 10 feet. So,
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll be able to move with you guys. So, I'm literally a visible gas, though. So you'll see this gas coming into your package.
Ooh.
Dude, you just caught a ghost.
My proton pack.
This is so cool. It's like the great story told throughout the ages of the four. The four they call ghosts.
The busters of goats. So,
Who are you gonna message?
all right. So, it's Raphael's turn.
There's only one remaining, right?
Yeah, there's something that keeps nipping at your feet in the water. You can't quite make it out.
I can't feel it at all.
No, it's actually it passed you, and so by the indication you get from like the water, the wake that it left behind, it's somewhere at least within 15 feet of you. And John was able to cast an illusion of some other thing that seems to be making its little ripples in the water as well, but it's not.
Oh no, it doesn't create any sensory effect other than being like looking like it exists.
Right, it doesn't interact, with the physical. So, but that's all you can gather in the dim light here in the cave.
Yeah, you see me pointing to an area, and then there's a fish swimming in that area.
Think I got an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So, John pointed at an area, right?
Yes.
And I have a general idea that it could be somewhere there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to cast Shatter on it.
Wow. Okay. So you have the thing is shatter. What's the target for shatter?
So a sudden loud ringing noise, painfully intense, erupts from your point of choice within range. Each creature within 10
Okay.
feet.
Perfect. So long as it doesn't say a creature you can see, that's perfect. So you get to choose an area, and how big is that area? It's 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you get. Let's just say you do what the wake of the beast was, and you can. I get it's not even an attack roll, right? So it's a con saving throw for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wonderful. So, yeah. I'm not even going to say what I rolled. Let's just say I failed it miserably.
Okay then. Did I fail it? Did you fail it so miserably that I get a crit on it?
I'll say, considering, yeah, this is not a lightning. I would have had some fun with this, but no. So it's just thunder damage, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, sure. I rolled a, yeah, on that save, so it wasn't making it. But let's see how much damage you do then. Roll that double damage. You cast that at like slot 1, right?
Slot 2.
No, slot 2, so it's even worse. So yeah, so you cast that spell, and even though you didn't know exactly where it was, everything in that area basically took a,
It's shattered.
Yeah, so what you see is it's like when you go fishing with grenades, like you just see like the body of this thing come up. That's pretty much what you did. You see this body of this fish-like creature. You find out when it sort of bubbles up to the top. It looks like it was some sort of small shark. It wasn't that small. It was enough that it could have eaten you, but it was you see it's a shark that must have been commanded by these things, and it's dead. It's gone. It's no longer with us.
I'm glad things are
Nice.
dead.
Yeah. Man, when Ralph casts Shatter, it's usually a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy because he did that to one of the gnolls, or a few of the gnolls, and then against the orcs it was okay. You didn't have a chance to do as much damage that Peter did to it. All right.
So combat is over.
Yeah, so right now you're out of initiative. Combat is over. Everything seems to be still again. The water's still moving around a little bit now. It was still before, but now it's moving around from all of the activity. I'm assuming you're gonna look through whatever the corpses of these things were, and you don't really find much on them. You do find about a total of about 5 gold between the two of them. Two of the humanoids. The shark itself didn't have anything. You find bones and things like little symbols to that same symbol you saw in the temple, but as a sort of an amulet. You think this might have been like a casting focus or something for the what you assume is the priestess. But yeah, that's pretty much all you find on them. They don't seem like they had much on them. They dressed in sort of tattered clothing anyway. And yeah, that's pretty much it in there.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, so what you guys see, the smell of the salty sea is still really thick in here. There's barnacles on the walls and whatever pillars are still there, but it's still dim light. So it's still kind of hard to see inside, especially now that you're further in.
All right. So if it's getting dimmer, I will go ahead and pull out the sword again.
All right, cool. So you don't see like any altar, but towards the end of basically the opposite side of where you came in, there was an archway there, right? And so it's thick with barnacles. There's seaweed that's sort of hanging from the things that go horizontally across the archway. This stuff is there's water pooled up in a lot of things, but it comes back up, right? So you're basically leaving this shallow pool there.
And none of y'all are gonna go look for me. Y'all are terrible.
Yeah.
I assumed that you would have just came on your own. You probably did some magic or something.
You just said I'm invisible.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the creatures and try to decipher what the fuck they are.
Okay, so you could. Maven did roll a thing, but Maven's also not on speaking terms at this point. I don't think you can actually form words, right, Maven?
I could probably like spell out a single word using the form itself. Like, I could probably do something like that, like make vague pictures using the form itself, but I can't literally speak. If someone had message, I could communicate telepathically, but I can't physically speak.
Yeah, so we could say that you could try that if you want, but John, there's nothing that you've seen in your young life that's given you an idea of what these things were. You've heard stories that sailors might have come across different monsters, sea monsters, and stuff like that, and this might be that. You're not entirely sure what they were. But yeah, that's as far as you can get with your knowledge there.
I'll flow out of the bag of holding, and I will first form an arrow with my gaseous form to the.
Your ghost bag is leaking.
Oh, this.
So I arrow to the priestess. Do you say ghost bag?
Yeah, I say your ghost bag is leaking as I point to Ralph.
So I form the little emoji with the dripping with the drip next to its head, so it's evaporate.
Jesus Christ!
And then I write, "It's me."
I love that.
Justin Timberlake?
Question mark. I form a question mark. Like, who's that? So
Don't form an eggplant.
So I point an arrow at the thing again. I form my form into an arrow again, and then I write Sahagin.
I guess I should search the Sahagin for something.
No, you guys did. I assumed that you guys did, but you didn't find much. Between the two of them, you found about 5 gold, and mostly just ritualistic things like bones, fish bones, things like symbols that they might have used that look like the same thing at the archway at the top of the entranceway, which as Umberlee's symbol. It's a different styling than you're used to seeing, but that holy symbols and those things get around and they get different interpretations.
I put my hand axe away and I take out a new torch because I don't feel like looking for my last one and trying to reignite the wet torch.
Yeah, that might take some time.
I tuck myself back into Ralph's bag.
All right.
So you really need to figure out what the fuck is going on with your bag. It's weird. It's making faces and it's saying strange, odd desserts.
I swirl out again and I form Peter in the air, and then I form again and I say Maven. I swirl around again and I form and I say in all caps, me.
Is there any kind of roll I can use to find out that it's actually him? Like oh kind of roll? Is there an oh roll?
Insight?
You roll intelligence for yourself, but they are literally telling you who they are. But sure, roll intelligence.
I literally just said, I'm Maven.
Oh, man. I hope it's a 1.
I'm going to sit in your lungs next.
That could be a new. You could like start a new vaping thing. There you go. It's a 12. So I mean, that's a decent enough DC considering they told you exactly who they were. So you know that it's probably Maven, the same wizard that isn't exactly here, just happens to be telling you who they are in some other form.
I ask, do you want to be normal?
Um.
Can you get out of this form?
I say yes. I write yes. I write don't want to.
Okay. I got it. I get it. It makes sense. You're squishy.
So then I go back to sit in the bag again.
Okay. So, as you guys are having your conversation, you hear some noise further off into the off in the distance, and that goes further in. And just roll me some perception checks. Oh, wonderful. I like all of it. Oh man, this congestion's killing me inside. Right. Man, the priestess only got to cast one spell. All right. So what you guys hear, you hear sort of rustling, but it's not like a dry rustling because the ground, you know, is a little wet. Still kind of dripping. You hear the plopping of water off in the distance, different things. You guys hear a sort of rustling that's coming up, and it gets a little louder. So what are you guys gonna do in this moment?
I want to count my experience points.
Yes, you have an experience point counter, like a ticker, like the old coin dispensers, and you just flicking them off right then and there. Just like ling 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 ling, little.
He has
one.
an abacus.
Yeah.
Oh,
He wants to level up, is what he wants to do.
It was
right
so
now.
close. You're such a troll, Benny.
benefits of it until you take a long rest anyway.
Yeah.
You still were trolling me?
Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to, you could give us the experience now, and then I could just cast that tent spell, and we could just sit there for a long rest.
Liamon's tiny hut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
This is an important boost in stats for me because I get to increase my spell save and my attack roll.
I'm not at my gaseous form just yet. You have another what? How long did that battle take?
What?
I don't know.
24 seconds?
Okay, so I've got an hour to wait before I'm willing to get out of it.
Fine, we'll keep walking.
All right. Wait, so you're just gonna keep walking, right? You hear the rustling coming up from the things, right? From what's in front of you.
I'm not afraid.
Okay. So as the thing sort of winds a little bit, you're both. Well, yeah, technically it's only the two of you. Coming across, and you get the torch is lighting the way. If you would please roll some perception checks.
We just did.
You want?
No. This is that was just to hear the rustling, and you guys just kept going. So now this is gonna roll again because there's an active thing going on. So yeah, oh Peter, the gas Peter. Oh geez, all right,
Nice.
perfect. So,
I've been waiting to use this for this very moment.
My jimmies. What the fuck?
I really rustled my jimmies.
Oh my god.
My goodness. All right, so as you're coming down this and you're pretty well lit, you actually see two creatures that that look like they were trying to hide, but you guys pretty much got the drop on them. So what we'll do is
call it an episode and start combat in the next one.
Exactly.
Exactly. Thank you. Such great timing, Benny. I love it. Give me 1 sec. Actually, can you give me like 2 minutes? Because I do need to use the potty.
Oh, that's cool. I guess we can all use the potty, right? I mean, we all have time to just go and do things that aren't this game.
I mean, it would be nice if I could just. I need to pee. I drink a lot of water.
Yeah, me too, actually.
All right, we'll come back soon.
All right.
Bye.